What's up, everyone? It's the OOTP GM. I want to welcome you to the 23rd episode of my Detroit Tigers GM Let's Play here on Out of the Park Baseball 18. So we are back for the crowning jewel, the 2021 World Series, the Detroit Tigers versus the New York Mets. And it is going to be a challenge for us, but I'm excited. Tigers are finally back in the World Series, first time since 2012. Trying to win our first World Series since 1984. So the Mets are a really good team. They won the World Series back in 2019. If it wasn't for them, the Dodgers potentially could have had a chance to have won 4 consecutive World Series and even 5 this year, but the Mets knocked them out. So the Mets went 87-75 this year. We did not play them at all this year. They were 5th in the NL in runs scored, 2nd in runs against. And they have some of their big-name pitchers still on their staff. They've got Jacob deGrom. They've got Matt Harvey. They have this Trey Ball, who's a younger guy. They've got Steven Matz. I'm not sure if Syndergaard is injured or not. was just about to head there now. We can take a quick peek at their team here for this preview. Okay, so 2 of their top pitchers are injured. So Zach Wheeler is out. Looks like he was starting for them this year. And then also Noah Syndergaard is still out for 2 more months, so we don't have to deal with them. Unfortunately, we also have our own star pitcher potentially injured. But Noah Syndergaard's out, so we won't have to deal with him in the World Series. They also have a couple of other players here. There's Ronald Torres. They've got Chase Wetzel, I believe is how you pronounce that. So they do have some young guys that are out. We do start the series at home. So they'll have to have a DH, but they've got a pretty good lineup as well. You can see they were pretty solid across the board. Not particularly a big power team, but pretty solid across the board up here. Pitching staff obviously carried them for most of the year. And then they've got some of the big-name players. Michael Conforto has turned into a really good player for them. You got Jeimer Candelario, who I believe is the player that the Tigers guy in the trade with the Cubs this year. He's on the Mets now. And then Ahmed Rosario, who is their number 1 prospect, they recently called him up. He's playing third base for them now. So they got some pretty solid players here across the board in terms of their lineup. And like I said, their pitching staff's really good. I mean, Familia is still their closer. And then they got Kimbrel to set games up. So that's a pretty powerful 1-2 punch that they've got there at the back end of their bullpen. Now, as for us, we're still waiting to hear on Aaron Sanchez. And because of the way our series went, we actually have Buehler starting game 1, it looks like. I'm tempted to try to stick somebody else in, but at this point I think we're stuck with Buehler having to start game 1. It's not ideal, but it's kind of where we're at this point. So we're waiting to hear what Sanchez is going to be. Hopefully it's not a severe injury, but if it is, we'll have to live with it. So, I'm going to mute real quick. Forgot to do that. All right, so now we're going to go ahead, and with that, we're going to head into game 1. We're not going to make any big lineup changes, and like I said, looks like Buehler is going to be starting game 1 for us at home against Jacob deGrom, their ace. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we could potentially bring somebody else in. We could potentially have Burrow start if we want. He's 88% rested. Obviously, Fulmer just recently pitched, but or Alex Faedo or Sleggers, but Sleggers also recently pitched. So it looks like we're going to have to go with Buehler in game 1. Not ideal, but here we go. Game 1, the 2021 World Series, Detroit Tigers versus the New York Mets. All right, let's see how we can get things started off here. All right, so no run, no score through the first, no score through the second. Buehler's pitching very well right now. No score through the third. We get 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Mets get 1 back in the top of the 5th. Buehler's at 63 pitches. He's pitching a really good game. So still 1-1 here. Bottom of the 6th. deGrom up. He's at 83 pitches. We get nothing there. 75 pitches for Buehler. I'm going to start doing until runners in scoring position. I want to be a lot more careful. I don't want to potentially run guys into problems where they're going to start getting tired. All right, so Buehler allows a run. Looks like a solo home run here in the top of the 7th. 2 outs. I'm going to let him finish this inning. We're going to go by batter here, see if he can finish this inning out. Looks like a fly ball to the left, and it is an out. So the Mets take a 2-1 lead in the top of the 7th. And I'm going to go ahead and even though Buehler looks like he's okay, I think I'm going to get I think I'm going to get some pitchers warming up. I think I'm going to get Jimenez warming up for us. So he's ready to go. I think I might be safe with Buehler, not run the risk of him getting tired. All right, so we do not score in the bottom of the 7th. I'm going to pull Buehler out. He gave us a really nice start. I really can't complain how he started for us. So Buehler gives us 7 solid innings, allows 2 earned runs. We're going to bring Jimenez into the game. He gets us through a scoreless top of the 8th. We're going to do until runners in scoring position here as they've got Familia in to potentially do a 2-inning close. That's crazy. But we don't get anything in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the 9th, let's see what Jimenez can do here. Let's see if he can. All right, so men on first and second with no outs. This is not a good sign for us, so we're gonna have to get people warming up here. I'm gonna get Dragmeyer warming up. Hopefully Jimenez can keep this game close. All right, 0-2 count, little dribbler, and okay, he is out. So we did get the out at first, but the men move up to second and third. All right, full count, wild pitch. Oh man, and he scores on a wild pitch. Oh man. All right, so man on third, it's now 3-1, and Jimenez walks him. So it looks like we're gonna have to get somebody in here for Jimenez. He's starting to fall apart here. Dragmar's still warming up. We'll let Jimenez face one more batter. All right, so he strikes out Beccaria there. All right, so he is now tired. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get him out. We're going to bring Dragmeyer in to finish this last batter. Dragmeyer, 0-1 count. Facing up against John Mora. Pitch to the left, and it's a line out to the shortstop. All right. So it is a 3-1 game. I'm going to go batter by batter here in the bottom of the 9th, see if we can get anything going against Familia. A liner to the shortstop. Oh, what a diving play. Oh, that's a bummer. So Santana out after a great play at short. Vasquez strikes out on a fastball. Pentecost is our last hope here. A little dribbler to the left side, and he is out. So the New York Mets take Game 1 on the road, 3-1, and they lead the World Series 1-0 over our Detroit Tigers. So we got a really good start from Buehler. We just unfortunately could not get any offense for him. DeGrom pitched a really great game as well, and their bullpen shut us down, did not allow any hits in the last 3 innings. So that's not an ideal start for us, but let's see if we can come back here in Game 2. And Sanchez has a torn flexor tendon. Well, I guess we won't be re-signing him this offseason. Oh, man. That really sucks. That really, really sucks. All right, so we won't have Sanchez now for the rest of this series, so that's a massive blow to our pitching staff. Oh, God, that really sucks. All right, well, it looks like we're going to have to make do, I guess. Looks like Sleggers or I'm going to have to... Well, he hasn't moved Sanchez out. All right, I'm going to let it go for now. I'll deal with this after the game, but oh man, that really hurts. All right, so we've got Michael Fulmer going here in Game 2 up against Matt Harvey. Let's see if we can get Fulmer some run support here in Game 2. All right, so here we are, Game 2 in Detroit. New York has a 1-0 lead. And the Mets get off with a run in the first. We get 3 in the bottom of the first, though, to give Fulmer some run support. That's nice to see. All right, nothing in the second. We get 2 more in the bottom of the third, 5-1 lead. Nothing in the top of the fourth. We get 1 more in the bottom of the fourth, 6-1 lead. Fulmer's at 70 pitches. All right. It's nothing for them in the top of the fifth. We get 1 more in the bottom of the fifth, so we are up 7-1. I'm going to do until runners in scoring position for Fulmer. All right, man on second, 2-2 count, 1 out. Let's see if he can get Rosario, and he does. Oh, no, he walks him. All right, so Fulmer's at 101 pitches with 1 out. Let's get somebody warming up. We might have to... I'm assuming they're going to start Sleggers over Faedo. So we're going to get Faedo warming up because he's going to have to maybe give us some innings here. All right, 1-2 count for Fulmer. A hit to into the outfield. All right, so it looks like the Mets are going to score a run. Oh, no, they got him out at home. Wow, what a throw from right field by Bryce Harper. All right, so still men on first and second, 2 outs. And Fulmer gets a strikeout. All right, so he's going to give us, looks like he gave us 6 innings here, but we're going to get him out of the game. We're going to put Faedo in. 111 pitches for Fulmer in 6 innings. All right. So we are up 7-1. Faedo is our new pitcher. And he blows up and allows 4 innings in the top, or 4 runs in the top of the 7th inning. Oh, man. All right, so it's 7-5, and Faedo is, we're going to get him out of there. This is not good. All right, so we're going to bring Minter up. Let's do until runners in scoring position. All right, so we got first and second with 2 outs. So Faedo managed to get through 2 outs there. We're going to bring Minter into the game, see if he can finish this thing off for us here. 2-1 count, 2 outs, men on first and second. All right, Minter throws the pitch. It is into right field, but Harper is underneath it, and he will grab it. So it is, we avert disaster there, but they do score 4 runs in the top of the 7th. Or they do score 4 runs on top of the 7th, but nothing in the 8th. All right, so we are going to have to get Steckenrider warming up, our closer now. All right, and let's do half inning for us. So still 7-5 game. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to let Minter face this first batter. It's an 0-2 count. He gets a strikeout. Okay. And I'm going to go, and it's a left-handed batter, so we're going to let him face this batter as well. 1-0 count. Hit to the right. Okay, we might actually be able to get out of this without... okay, so it's Ahmad Rosario. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put Steckenrider in for one last out because of the righty-on-righty matchup. Steckenrider, 0-2 count, up against Rosario. Pitch. And he strikes him out with a fastball, and the Tigers tie the series at 1 with a 7-5 win here in Game 2 at home. So even though Faedo kind of tried to blow the game for us, we still managed to hold on and win because we got some nice run support for Fulmer, who pitched a really nice game for us. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move forward here, and so it looks like they're just going to skip over Sanchez, and they're going to go straight to Burrows here. So it looks like we're going to go to a 3-pitcher. Now he is rested, and then Buehler would be next in line. He's still tired. So what I'm going to have to do is maybe look to put Sleggers into the starting lineup in Game 4 on the road. We'll have to see what's going to happen there. But we'll go ahead and we'll move forward here because I wanted Burrows to start this game anyways. All right, so Game 3 in New York. Obviously, the DH will not be a part of this game. So as you can see, it looks like Santana is taken out of the lineup because they still have Vasquez starting at first. All right, and it'll be Steven Matz against Bo Burrows here in Game 3, series tied 1-1. We are in New York. And let's see if we can take a 2-1 lead over the Mets. All right, New York gets 1 in the bottom of the first. We get 1 back in the top of the second. We get 1 in the top of the third. Another 1 in the top of the fourth. Okay. 2 in the top of the fifth. So the offense providing a nice boost for Burrows. He's pitching a really nice game. All right. So 5-1. Burrows is still at 61 pitches, so he's okay. He allows 2 in the bottom of the sixth, though. All right, let's take a look at where Burrows is at. He's still at 73 pitches, so I probably will wait. I'll do runners in scoring position next inning and see where he's at. All right, so we get 2 more in the top of the seventh, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get Dragmeyer warming up in case we need him. We'll do Burrows until runners in scoring position. All right, so Looks like a man on second and third with no outs. All right, so we'll see if Burrows can get through this jam here. All right, so he strikes out the first batter, 1 out. Men still on second and third. 2-2 count. And a liner into left, and it looks like this is going to score 2 runs. And it will score 2 runs, so it's now 7-5. So I think it's time for us to get Burrows out of there. So we're going to get Burrows out, and we're going to bring Dragmeyer into the game. Man on first with 1 out. Up against Conforto, and Conforto hits a line shot into the gap. That is going to score another run. Oh, no, it's not. They held him up at third. Okay. All right, so men on second and third now with only 1 out. Dominic Smith is up, but he strikes out. All right, so let's see if Dragmeyer can get himself out of this jam that he's put himself in. Candelaro into left, being chased down. Sprints for it, makes a running grab. All right. Great job by Kendall out there in left. So the Tigers managed to avoid further disaster. Still a 7-5 lead. All right, we're going to do half inning here. We get nothing in the top of the 8th. Dragmeyer is still in there. We're going to do until runners in the scoring position with him. He gets through the bottom of the 8th, which means we are going to get Steckenrider warming up for the bottom of the 9th to try and close this game out. All right, so it's a 7-5 game. We're going to go ahead and get Steckenrider into the game. See if he can close this bad boy out until runners in scoring position, and he does. Tigers win Game 3 7-5, take a 2-1 series lead, and Mike Trout and Cody Eves are a big part of this game for us. They had 5 RBIs between the two of them. So a big Game 3 win for the Tigers here. All right, so we will move on to Game 4. And we are at the Mets, and it looks like they have Buehler starting in this game. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm not super thrilled about him starting. Even though he had a really great start for us, he's only 79% rested. I would rather have him fully rested. So I'm probably going to make a strategic decision, and I'm going to start Sleggers instead of Buehler.